Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now before we get into the video today, I thought I'd just quickly say if you're expecting a Unranked Diamond episode today, I apologise. Time restrictions just basically have only enabled me to make this video. And also tomorrow I am preparing for the 12-hour live stream, so there probably won't be a video either tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see some of you there, and I'm sure I'll make highlights to go up on the YouTube channel. But Unranked Diamond will resume on Thursday. Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now today is another episode of League Discussion. This is the series where I take a topic or rip it apart with my own opinions and experiences and encourage a discussion in the comments section below. Now I'm going to put a big warning, like, I don't know, just blinkers right now, basically saying that this is a very delicate subject. I usually like covering delicate subjects, but this probably is the biggest delicate subject. We are talking today about raging. Now, a long time ago, maybe a few months ago, I was very tempted to invite somebody onto this League Discussion to have an open discussion about raging. I maybe received about 500 messages wanting to be on the show, and I actually decided that would not be a good idea. I'll get into that a bit, but basically just to summarize, most of the messages just seemed very immature to me, in the fact that they try to rationalize raging with just immature reasons. So that's pretty much why I haven't invited somebody on. Now again, this episode will be delicate in the fact that I'm going to use today, or I'm going to use myself as kind of the white knight of today's episode. And I know that sounds really big-headed, but I'm somebody that never has been banned, never really has had any punishments, and I'd admit I've had one. I've had one chat restriction ever in League of Legends, and that was when the chat restriction thing first came out, and they just went crazy, and I did it, and I've never had anything since. So that's basically my story, and that was, I don't know, season 3, I think. So yeah, and there's a lot of people, especially within my community, in the comments of my videos, I can tell they're probably quite toxic, and I'm somebody that is a big anti-toxic person. I've gone so much as actually saying in one of my Unranked Diamond videos, if I see toxic behaviour, you'll probably get warned and even banned from the channel. You know, I'm somebody that just doesn't care about being a massive YouTuber. I'd rather just having a good community, even if that means I'm smaller. There you go. So today we're going to be probably talking about the pros and cons of raging. We'll also be talking about reasons why some people may rage, and also using myself, as I said, as a white knight that has gone through a lot of people use as examples or reasons that they rage, and I haven't raged myself. So let's get into it. So firstly, the pros and cons of raging. So the pros of raging, I can't think of any. And I'll be honest, I'm not being naive. I'm not trying to patronize anybody that rages. I literally cannot think of any positive reasons why someone rages. So a rager would probably say, oh, you put the idiots in their place. But no, you're being the idiot. You're not actually being the hero in this story. You're just being the villain, basically. Because, you know, it's a video game and people just want to play this for fun. Especially in the lower ratings where people tend to rage more. It's what I don't really get, is that the most rages in this game, there's rages throughout the whole game, don't get me wrong, but obviously the biggest player base of this game is at lower ratings. So that's why a lot of people say, oh, bronze and silver is the most toxic. Technically, there's probably the same percentage of rages in Diamond, but there's just more rages in Bronze and Silver because there are more players in Bronze and Silver. But basically, I've never got the reason why a Bronze or Silver player rages in the first place, considering they should just be having fun with this game. They're in a rating that, let's be honest, is not very good at this game, or they're very average in this game. They're never really going to go pro, especially with a bad attitude, so why are you caring enough to rage? But anyway, that might be the only... Like, I did one pro there, but it's not really a pro. But anyway, the cons. So let's go through the cons of raging. So the first thing is you're making yourself look like a complete moron is step number 1. If I see a rager, I've always said, you know, if I'm live streaming or something, I was like, I have to imagine that, like, that is a real person. There is a real person typing them things in chat, and some of the things people say are very hurtful. I try to imagine, what is that person like in real life? And let's be honest, you don't paint a very good picture in your head of that person. You kind of give it a stereotype that they might be a bit young or they're unemployed. And there's a stereotype that fits with it. And I'm not entirely sure it's true, but that's the way that you're painted in people's minds if you're a rager. Now, you may not care, fair enough, but as someone like me that doesn't rage, I'm always like, yeesh, what the hell happened in your life to make you like that. But there's a con. So you're painted in a bad way in front of other people, and you're just basically making yourself look like a moron. Second reason, or second con of raging, is you're distracting, one, yourself, and two, your teammates from actually winning the game, which in your mind seems to be all that matters. You're somebody, if you're a rager, that wants to win no matter what. You'll even call your teammates every name under the sun if they're doing poorly. But why? Why would you even do that, considering, one, it's distracting yourself playing well, and secondly, you're going to make your teammates even play worse? Isn't that just logic? That the more you talk to them, the more you rage at them, the worse they're going to play? And if everything is winning in your mind, you have to win, surely you should be doing the opposite. Surely you should be trying to encourage them, or doing my method, don't say anything at all. Like, raging is only going to make you lose more in this game. Next con, you're going to find yourself very lonely. Now, again, people won't care about this. They're a solo player. They don't play with anybody else. But for me, I'm somebody that likes playing with friends in League, in Heroes of the Storm, in other games. And I love having a friend group that I can play with. If there's been several people in my own friend group that has been ragers over the years, and you know what? Some of them have been kicked out. We don't play with some of them anymore, or we've turned some of the ragers into people that just don't care enough to rage anymore, like myself, really. You're going to find yourself lonely. You know, the people that we've kicked out the friend group, kicked off our TeamSpeak or whatever, because they just can't control their rage. I don't know what they're doing anymore. Like, from what I can tell, they are playing always by themselves, and that's it. Like, you're going to find yourself alone, and let's be honest, an average human being, the biggest thing that humans want is companionship. They want friends. They want to be surrounded by people, and there's going to be some cynics out there that go, no, I want to be alone forever. If you have a friend group, you'll probably be a bit happier, but whatever. So the next con is self-respect. Now, again, this is a fairly delicate subject, but I find people that rage must not have much self-respect for themselves, because you're letting yourself lose control over a video game. And this is where I can kind of tie in that some people say there's a lot of bad stuff going on in my life at the moment, and I'm sorry if I rage, but it's basically all that bad stuff coming out. Now, this is where I can hold myself kind of as a white knight, because I'm not going to go into detail, but I'll just probably say 3 to 5 years ago, there was a lot of bad stuff going on in my life, specifically around my family. And did I rage? No. I just didn't rage. It was pointless. When I was going through bad times with my family and my situation, everything like that, why would I want to get angry? Like, I had enough bad stuff going on out there that when I sat down on my computer, when I wanted to start playing video games, the only thing I wanted to do was have fun. I didn't want to make other people feel bad. I didn't want to make myself feel bad by raging at people. I wanted to have fun. So the excuse of saying the bad stuff in my life is coming through is a terrible excuse. Because what you should be trying to do, again, I've gone through terrible situations, is have fun and try to kind of blank it all out and just focus on the game and focus on having fun. It shouldn't make you rage if you're a strong-minded person. Now, the final kind of thing I want to say in terms of like a con, I guess, in raging, it's kind of a con anyway, is the whole thing around they rage because they blame their teammates for them not being higher rated. Now, this is the biggest bunch of baloney in League of Legends, most likely, alongside ELO Hell. The thing with the whole thing of, oh, my teammates are keeping me down, is the fact that you completely forget about the whole player base of League of Legends. You forget about me, you forget about every challenger player out there. The first time, you know, we didn't instantly become diamond players. I was a silver player, like much of you watching this right now. Wild Turtle, Bjergsen, all them guys started somewhere. A lot of you guys probably watch PewDiePie. PewDiePie was bronze 5 MMR for a while, I think in season 1. And then he started to take the game seriously. He stopped trolling. He stopped raging because he actually was a rager. And look where he is now. Like, the excuse of teammates keep you down is, as I said, the biggest bunch of baloney. Because what you have to kind of think is that every single person in League of Legends has dealt with bad teammates. I have. I still deal with it in Diamond. Does that stop me getting Diamond 1? No, I got it because I persevered, I played well, and I carried the game. It has nothing to do with bad teammates. It has everything to do with you. And again, raging will only make you lower rated. Yes, there are some diamond raging players, obviously, but they probably could be higher if they didn't rage. But they just can't control themselves. They're just talented mechanical players that can, you know, play Riven or something. But raging was not your solution to be higher rated. It's only going to make you lower rated. Now, I want to get into something that, again, is fairly logical to me. But to many of you guys that obviously do rage, maybe it just slips your mind or you don't think about it. But when you sign up to League of Legends, you sign something called the Terms of Service, or the Summoner's Code, I think it used to be called. And that includes a lot of the stuff that, you know, the rules of League of Legends. There's a rule in there that says don't AFK. There's a rule in there that says treat other players with respect. Don't, you know, rage out at them. Not the exact phrasing, obviously. But basically, every single time you rage at somebody, you are technically breaking the Summoner's Code. You are breaking the Terms of Service of playing League of Legends. Now, there are so many people that rage and get very angry over getting restrictions, getting bans, getting permabanned. But the funny thing is, if you simply just read them rules, everything there tells you not to rage, tells you not to go AFK. And if you do that, if you do AFK, if you do rage, you can never be surprised with getting banned. Like, it's in the rules of League of Legends. Like, I find it hilarious when people, you know, complain about getting banned, and they're like, yes, I was toxic, but I shouldn't get banned for a video game. It's in the rules. I'm not some goody two-shoes, but I'm not going to jeopardize my account that I do, you know, I play on for the thousands of hours that I do YouTube videos on. Obviously, I'm a bit of a different example, but I'm not going to jeopardize my account over simply raging over somebody on the internet. I don't care enough. Now, the stance Riot tends to take with raging is a fairly obvious one. They don't like raging, but they don't have a solution to stop it. Considering that a lot of the player base is toxic, the solution isn't to ban every single toxic player, because no company is going to sacrifice maybe 40% of their player base, I'd probably say. That's basically suicide. But what Riot kind of try to do is use the professionals as examples. And yes, they do give bans, they do give restrictions, but they publicly, a lot of people say, why do they publicly announce when professionals get punished? Because it's trying to show you that raging is not okay. They, you know, you get all these people that get banned for 2 to 3 games in LCS. They get fined $2,000. They openly publicize these to, one, embarrass the professional, to change the professional's opinion, but also show, and I presume it's mainly for younger people that have aspirations to go pro themselves, that if you want to be pro, if you want to be good at this game, we do not accept toxic behavior. And that is Riot's stance on the matter, and I 100% agree with it. Now, a lot of people see me playing League of Legends, they see my Unranked to Diamond episodes, they see me streaming, and they always ask, how don't you get frustrated? How don't you react? Honestly, the simple answer, I've said it throughout this episode, is simply not caring enough to. Yes, I get frustrated. Have I had teammates that I think, how the hell are you Diamond? All the time. Trust me, all the time I think that. How did you get to Diamond? You literally don't know what you're doing. But what is the benefits of me saying that in chat in-game? There are no benefits. Literally none. You may feel slightly better about yourself for maybe a second, thinking, I got that off my chest. But what I tend to do is think in my head, what would that achieve? Okay, that might achieve the following. One, he may not care, like me. If someone rages at me, I honestly don't care. I just mute them. But one, he might not care, but whatever, I typed it out. Second thing, he responds in a positive way. Okay, we have a rational conversation about it. He says he doesn't really know how to play that champion, and let's be honest, that never happens. That might be 1% of chances that could happen. Then the big one that usually happens is he responds negatively. What happens when he responds negatively is at least 2 players, so yourself and the person you're raging at, are completely distracted from the game. And that is my whole mentality. It's like, if I rage at people, you know, I'm doing the Unranked to Diamond series. There is so many people making common mistakes. If I rage at them, they're just going to be more distracted and make more mistakes. That's my rationalization of, I don't care enough to do it because I want to win. That simple. Now, if some of you are sitting here going, I'm a rager, but I just cannot control myself, what do I do? Get to the frame of mind that League of Legends is a video game. It's not your job. You're not getting paid to do this. I'm getting paid to play League of Legends, and I still don't care enough to rage. Many professionals in LCS are getting paid to play, but they don't care enough to rage. And obviously, yes, there are a few examples that do, but they do get their punishments, trust me. Now, honestly, the way, like the step process that I'd probably take if you want to stop raging is just simply have fun. Find your fun in League of Legends again. I always find, because obviously I've coached a lot of people over the years. I've coached ragers, I've coached normal people. And I've always found the people that rage aren't really having fun in League of Legends. Like, they're just simply not having fun. They're just playing the game for the sake of playing the game. And a lot of the time when I coach a rager, I don't even focus on their mechanics. I don't even focus on helping them improve as a player. I help them improve focusing on their mentality and getting them out of the rage mindset. And simply that has helped people go up in rating, because they get their fun back in the game and that allows them to play better. But that's pretty much it. So this video, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is my whole thing about raging, is that you shouldn't care enough to rage. It's a video game. It's not a serious thing. It should never be taken as a completely serious thing. Have fun with it, and raging just takes away the fun. And raging is a pointless thing that nobody really gives a damn about at the end of the day. You know, I don't care what you say, so why are you even saying it in the first place? So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this discussion. Again, I want to just quickly say thank you for 40,000 subscribers. We recently just hit that milestone. At the end of this video, we'll be linking the 40,000 subscriber video that I did yesterday that actually has a giveaway in it. So go check that out if you haven't. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you haven't, and share with a friend if you got any. See you.